Have you ever felt the tension between product managers and engineers? Trust me, I've been there, making mistakes that frustrated my team and hurt our progress. From dictating solutions to interrupting focus with quick fixes and rushing for timeline. I've learned the hard way how not to work with engineers. In this video, I'm sharing the 5 mistakes I have made as a product manager and more importantly, how to avoid them to build trust, foster collaboration, and create a high-performing team quickly. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Teresa and I'm a product leader based in Melbourne, Australia. And on this channel, we explore strategies and tools that inspire us to keep growing in our career. Mistake number 1, telling engineers to build it just like this. Let me tell you about a mistake I used to make early in my career. I'd walk into a meeting with my engineers and say something like, let's just build it like Uber does, or Airbnb has this amazing experience, let's just do it like that. I'll even point to a specific app or website highlighting components I thought were great and suggest we just replicate them. At the time, I thought this approach was helpful. I assumed that if I painted a clear picture of the concept in my head, the team could just, run with it. But in reality, I became that annoying product manager, the one who seems to like a control freak dictating every detail. What happened next wasn't really surprising. Team motivation plummeted, meeting turned into one-sided conversation where I was the only one talking, the energy was completely gone, and it became clear that something wasn't working. So here's what I learned. What the team really needed wasn't that predetermined solution. They needed 2 things. Context. Why are we doing this? What problem are we solving? And what evidence do we have from customers to support it? Second, a clear goal. What are we trying to achieve here? Not how to do it, but the outcome we're aiming for. Mistake number 2, hoarding credit. Here's a common frustration I've heard from engineers. Product managers often end up being the face of the initiative. And because of this, engineers sometimes feel like they didn't get much recognition they deserve for the hard work they've put into projects. Instead, it can feel like the product manager is the one soaking up all the glory. This is a real issue. As product managers, we are often in the spotlight by default, presenting updates, sharing results, or speaking on behalf of the team. But the best product manager I've worked with are the ones who intentionally step back and create space for others. They make every effort to share credit openly and inclusively. They encourage engineers and other team members to take the lead in presenting their work and showcasing their contribution when it makes sense. It's not just about being fair, it's about building trust and strengthening the team's sense of ownership and pride in what they're creating. And when engineers feel recognized and valued, the whole team performs better. And as a product manager, that's the real win we should be aiming for. Mistake number 3, disregarding details. One of the quickest ways a product manager frustrates engineers is by brushing off the details. Whether it's technical complexity, edge cases, or the time it takes to deliver something properly. When product manager acts like those details don't matter, it's not just a lack of understanding, it's a lack of empathy for the work engineers do. And trust me, this can be incredibly demoralizing. I've made this mistake myself, and there was a time where I completely dismissed one of my engineers' concern, thinking the discussion was getting a bit too in the weeds. What I failed to realize was that they were wrestling with a mountain of technical debt inherited from the previous teams. The debt made building new features significantly harder and more time-consuming. They weren't nitpicking, they were just trying to protect the platform and ensure that it would scale for the future growth. But in the moment, I unfairly assumed they were being difficult or worse, lazy. So here's a reality check for me. Many people think engineers only motivated by writing code, but most engineers are deeply invested in why behind their work. They care about solving the business problem, addressing the customer pain points, and building something that stands the test of time. The best product manager I've worked with recognizes this. They don't dismiss engineers' questions or ideas, they lean in to understand their perspective. They prioritize openly two-way conversation to better grasp how engineers are approaching solutions, the challenges they foresee, and the context behind their concerns. When product managers take time to understand the engineer's context, they're better equipped to build a complete picture of the situation. This allows them to advocate for the team when deadlines or challenges are questioned and ensure that everyone's expertise is respected. This approach doesn't just give engineers a voice, it creates a culture of mutual respect and collaboration. And when everyone feels valued and heard, the team transforms into a high-performing, trusted unit capable of achieving incredible things. Mistake number 4. But it's a really small fix. Can you just start working on it now? Engineering teams are often quick to drop everything for a truly critical bug. That's what makes them a great partner. But when product managers constantly interrupt with one-off requests or insist something is just a quick fix, it can incredibly frustrate them. These interruptions derail planned work and disrupt the focus needed for larger, more impactful priorities. What makes it worse? When product managers assume they know how long debugging or implementing a fix will take. Even if a request is minor, it could be hiding significant technical complexity that requires thoughtful investigation and problem solving. I've been totally guilty of this myself. I used to add new tasks right after planning sessions, either because I forgot something during planning, a sign that I didn't take enough care of thinking things through, or because somebody else pressured me to squeeze something into the sprint, which meant I wasn't managing my stakeholders effectively. My team even started joking, "Why do we even need to do planning? It'll just change in 5 minutes after we finish anyways." And they weren't wrong. My constant changing undermined the process and created unnecessary chaos. So here's a better approach. Start by documenting the needed fixes or requests clearly, providing as much as context as possible. Then trust your engineering team to prioritize these based on their impact and urgency. When you respect the team's process and give them the space to focus, you're not just enabling them to do their best work, you're also building trust and collaboration. Now, this leads to a team that stays productive, feels empowered, and delivers better results. And as a product manager, that's exactly the kind of environment you want to create. Mistake number 5. How long will it take? This might be the ultimate product management question of all time. Asking how long something will take to build can seem simple enough, but it often comes as a premature or worse, dismissive if the engineering team hasn't had time to fully scope out the request. Complex projects require more time just a quick ballpark estimate. Engineers need time to understand the use case, explore the requirements, and think through the architecture to deliver a solid solution. Pushing for a timeline right away can make it feel like speed is being prioritized over quality, or that the effort required to do the job is being underestimated. I'll admit, I've been guilty of this more times than I like to admit. I've given a quick brief on a problem or idea, and within an hour or so, I would say, "Hey, so how long would it take to build?" Look, sometimes it worked fine for straightforward tasks when engineers already knew the system inside out. But for more complex problems, I could see the frustration or anxiety in their faces. Why? Because of 2 big reasons. 1, they haven't had the time to even think through. And 2, well, They fear that I'll take their estimates as a firm commitment and share it with the stakeholders. Now, a better approach is provide engineers with all the context they need. What problem you're solving, the desired outcome, and any constraints, and then give them the time and space to evaluate what's involved. Also agree on the time box you would give for this discovery so it doesn't go on forever. This not only allowed the team to come back with thoughtful, realistic timeframes, but also shows that you respected their expertise and process. It reduces unnecessary stress, builds trust, and avoids the all too common pitfall of setting unrealistic expectations. At the end of the day, giving your team time to scope properly is one of the best ways to set the project and the entire team up for success. If you find this video helpful or inspiring, please hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. Also, if you would like to share your experience on how to build trust with engineers, drop it in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.